Alright guys, so here's what I did, and this is why you're watching the movie. I thought I pre-treated the shirt, I didn't, and so here we go. I'm going to show you how to fix this shirt and not lose it. Most important part before we go anywhere. Do not remove this shirt, remove the ring or move the fabric in any way. It will misalign the image underneath. Currently we're using an Epson F2100 with Kothari, and so let's get started. So you've printed a shirt, you thought that you had it pre-treated, it's been a long day, we've knocked out so many shirts. These Gildan brands fool me every time. They feel like they're pre-treated, they go into the mix, my wife prints them out, and then I hear my name cursed across the house. So I come in, and there's three things that, and a process where you'll be able to fix this shirt and move about your business and not lose the money that you invested in the garment itself, especially if you have it on a deadline. So, comes out, you notice it's not printed. This is supposed to be vibrant yellow. If you're looking at the name, you're it's pretty clear what this is supposed to be, an emulation of a jersey. I don't even know if I have one around to show you, but you'll see at the end of the video what it's supposed to look like. So here's what you do. Step one. Take parchment paper, right? And you're going to, I'm going to try and do this with one hand, okay? When you watch the video, use two hands, but I've done this enough times, I think I can pull it off. You're going to lay the parchment paper over the top, very carefully, of the image, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to push the image down with your hand, and it's going to, the ink that's on the shirt is going to stick to it, okay? And then you're going to run a piece of cardboard or a flat surface, once it's stuck, gently up. And what we're doing is we're pushing the ink that's on the shirt flat further into the shirt so that we can go to the next step, right? You want to do that a couple times. You don't want to move it too much. It needs to be perfectly still, and the parchment paper will stick to the ink on the shirt, keeping it from moving, allowing you to give just enough room to kind of move around and push that ink down into the shirt, right? Then you're going to gently peel back, and you'll notice that the surface, it has pushed it all down. All the filibration and everything. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take a bottle of the same pre-treatment that you would have used, and you're going to apply it. You can get this at the dollar store for $1. Prime this before you practice on the shirt. This one's primed. And you're going to spray. This is pre-treat. Make sure it's covered the whole image. Okay? Last but not least, taking the blow dryer, putting it on a hot setting, on high, from up high, you're going to apply heat directly down onto the image. If you look carefully, you can see where the pre-treat is, it's darker. And if you have a better way, let me know. But so far, this has been fail-safe, works every time. Right now what I'm doing is I'm basically curing the pre-treat on this shirt instead of a heat press. If you remember a minute ago, we used a piece of cardboard and parchment paper to flatten it. And we're going to just dry it. From every angle inward, pushing the air across the image. See, it's wet right there. Let's go ahead and dry it. You got to do it in a way that it doesn't move the shirt. You'll get it down after you practice a few times. Alright, now I want to point out, when you're doing this, you need to make sure that it is dry to the touch so you don't get dye migration when it prints. In other words, the colors run together and make a rainbow mess. Right? So we've got no ink on my fingers. Feels dry to the touch. Okay. Now we're going to take the puck, if you have one, and very gently, like you would originally, very gently. Again, you got to make sure the ink is dry before you do this. And you want to get these any small hairs down, including animal hairs. Alright. So now the surface is flat. Pre-treat is on, the surface is flat, and now we're going to print the shirt and save it. Be right back.
I might not have Kothari.
Okay, so if you have Kothari, what you can do is you got to find the original image. This is very important. You have to find the original image, whatever app you're using, and you'll right-click, click Show, right-click again, Print, and then you go to Print, and you literally print the same dimensions, same image, everything, and then you hit Print. Let's see what we get going on here. As you can see, it's laying the white base coat, and it looks like we're going to recover. After you do this a few times, you'll start to figure out how it works. Sometimes maybe you missed a corner of the image or didn't get the pre-treat, and instead of throwing the whole shirt away, you can just do exactly what I just showed you in this video, but in the specific area instead. You don't have to use the parchment paper for a smaller area, but if you miss the whole image, you got to get that original ink pushed down back into the image. So right now, Kothari, what it does, it lays two layers. Some printers, it lays the white as it's laying the color. Kothari, it prints the white first, lets it cure a little bit, and then comes back through. But what you'll see is we're getting positive results to saving the shirt. The image that you just saw, it's actually a rough pattern. It's supposed to look like gold, like a gold leather basketball. So that's what the texture you're seeing in the image is. Now that's going to be laying down the color. You can see the gold start coming to life. I'm not seeing any migration. Now when this is done, you're going to want to press it a little bit or hover it, excuse me, a little bit longer than usual because there's twice as much ink, right? So I would say hover it for at least 3 to 4 minutes before you press it, so that you don't have the white show through and lose some of the vibrance in your image. But here in a minute, we'll see the results of what otherwise would have been a shirt tossed in the trash is actually a shirt that you can still send out. Look at that. Look how vibrant that is. And we're safe. No garbage. Completely usable. And this is how you save a shirt.